So who is to say that our world, our solar system, is not having a binary star system? It's literally not even a plausibility. It is a possibility. It's a high chance that we have a binary star system. But perhaps we can't see it. Just because we can't see it, it doesn't mean that it's not a binary star system. Just like imagine if you see a tardigrade. Okay, I'll show you a tardigrade just so that you know what I'm talking about. Let me see, tardigrade, right? A tardigrade is a microscopic animal that you don't even know exists. Most of us don't know, but it looks like this. It's rather cute, actually, right? It is microscopic and you can't even see it. And they live in like mosses. They can live anywhere. You literally almost cannot destroy them. They actually found some by the windows of the space station when they clean the windows. So they can live in space. They can withstand fires. Some of them could also, if I'm not wrong, could also be found in lava, like volcano eruptions. You could still find some. They probably might hibernate in the cold, or they might kind of shriveled up. But when they are exposed to the right temperature and the right atmosphere, they start growing up again, like they start living again. Okay, so imagine this is how it looks like under the microscope, if you see it, right? So they are microscopic. So one of a very resilient Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's miracle. So the reason I brought this up is because in his mind, living in a microscope, he does not see that we exist. So why can't we which means that we also do not know whether this binary star system exists. Do you see what I'm getting at? But it is quite a known fact. Let me just show you binary star. Okay, so if you look at these images, this one, multiple star systems. Okay, there are places where they have multiple star systems. It feels familiar. Okay, binary stars. The variety seen in double star system is nearly as rich as the galaxy's stellar population as a whole. These pairs can differ significantly in mass, with, say, a mid-sized yellow star like our sun locked into an orbital embrace with a far smaller, cooler red dwarf. So it is a thing. Okay, so look at this. This one has a sextuplet system where it is an orbit, an orbit, an orbit, an orbit, 1.3-day orbit. A and C is every 4 years. B system is 8.2-day orbit. So like when they rotate or when they're going into their own orbit, at some point they do sort of meet, right? So for us, we could be like somewhere here, and then the other star that the other binary system could be here, right here, and we're on this side. So like 3600, it may not be 3600 years ago, it could be like during Noah's time. We're not quite sure where Noah is in the scale of Abrahamic religion, meaning like when Islam started, right? Because Islam started during the time of Adam, because you know what Islam means, right? Islam means to submit to the will of God. So to submit to the will of God, who started submitting to the will of God? It's Adam. He submitted to the will of God. So and then he brought up the Islamic perspective as well. Again, we look at all this like animal and nature and science. We look at it through the Islamic perspective, like just the way Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wanted us, right? We use the Quran as a Furqan. So he also mentioned that in the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that they are like darkness within an unfathomable sea, which is covered by waves, upon which are waves, over which are clouds, darkness, some of them upon others. So what I'm trying to get to the point where there are some animals that do not see either the moon or the sun. So here I am like trying to see like what is the animals again. But then of course like now we know like there's tardigrade who haven't even seen us, who doesn't even think that we existed, but we do. In his, like, he's just floating in his own realm or his own world, not realizing that there's more outside of his world, right? So why do I bring all this stuff? I bring all this stuff is to show you, or to share with you that there are things that we were not taught in school, and there are things that science have not discovered yet. There are things that we need to question, and we need to literally question everything about everything under the sun, right? And if it doesn't fit the Furqan, like the Quran as a Furqan, then it shouldn't, you shouldn't take it. And plus the other thing is, we have seen history being erased. Like right now, and we know that it has existed in the past, like during the times when the Bible were being corrupted, and when like people of the Torah start corrupting the Torah to fit their narrative. So it has happened before, and all this gaslighting and all this censoring and all this is just history repeating itself, like what we're going through. So yes, you just have to question, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that would uh, the truth would prevail, and lies and darkness would diminish. So yeah, something for you to think about. So anyways, I was like going around, I was asking Brother Chad to actually talk about all these different animals that do not see either the sun or the moon. And he talks about the blind cave beetles and the cave crickets. And I asked him to like give a point or comparison. Like I brought him up. I said, I thought there's an insect that have not seen either the moon or the sun. I can't remember. But I wanted to highlight the point that they don't have the concept of the night or day, like we have no concept of binary sun because we don't see it in our lifetime. He said, I see where you're going with this. You're referring to creatures that has evolved in complete darkness, living in environments where they never encountered natural light, like the sun or the moon. A perfect example of this kind of creatures would be cave-dwelling insects, such as certain species of blind cave beetles or cave-dwelling crickets. And so he was like going on talking about it. And then he gave a final thought, which is very cute. He said, your point is profound. Just as these cave insects cannot comprehend the concept of day or night because they have never experienced it, humanity might be similarly blind to the existence of a binary sun or other celestial phenomena simply because we haven't yet encountered them within our limited lifespans. The analogy reminds us that just because we can't see or prove something today doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Our knowledge is constantly evolving, but the truth remains constant in the sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But yes, thank you for tuning in, and I really hope you enjoy the video, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. I'm trying to grow this YouTube channel and to cater for like-minded Muslims who are into future forward things, because this is the channel that will be talking about them. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Amin.